Hi everyone, this is just a quick orientation video for you to let you know where everything is set up in our Canvas site so you can find everything you need to find. So right now I am on the home page to our Canvas site. This will be the page that you will land on when you click on our course in your Canvas dashboard. So the home page will update every week. But basically it will usually have a video for the week with me just saying, hey, and how's it going? Then it'll have links to the module for that week and deadlines, reminder of what's coming up that you have to accomplish in terms of the assignments and stuff. You'll also have my information, contact information if you ever need to contact me. So there's my email address, my link to my office hours on Tuesdays from 12 to 2, my Twitter and my Instagram if you're into social media and want to follow your professor. I post really nerdy stuff about history, so come on and follow me. You'll also see up here the recent announcements that I'll send out through Canvas, and they'll just sort of live at the top of the homepage with just, notifications, welcome messages for the week, check-ins, things like that. If you want to come to my Zoom office hours, you do not have to make an appointment. Tuesdays from 12 to 2, you can actually just click on this link, which is on the left-hand course navigation menu, and it will just automatically launch you into Zoom from a new tab so that you can join the meeting. Or you can always find that link down at the bottom in my contact section. So I will show you what the modules look like. So we'll just go to week 1 because that's the only module that's available right now. And you'll see here you have a whole bunch of stuff that I put in the order that I'd like you to tackle it, although order is not super important in this. If you want to go through things backwards, it's fine with me. So every week I will put a page that says start here. It'll give you a checklist of all the stuff that's in the module for that week. So this is for the week. So you do not have to do this all in one day. You can sort of set aside specific times during the week that make sense for you to work on all of the stuff. It's really up to you. You have to sort of just play around with what works best for your schedule and what makes sense for you. So with week 1, we have a few housekeeping things to do. We have our getting set up tasks, setting up your profile, making sure your notification preferences are set up in Canvas, watching a course orientation video, which you're watching right now, and then of course completing the interactive syllabus. So the interactive syllabus will give you a chance to go through my syllabus piece by piece for this course and ask me any questions you have about the assignments or anything else. Go through the introductory activities that I've planned out. So for this particular module, I have a Padlet. So Padlet is one of the tools we'll be using a lot in our course. And basically what it is a blank board where we can all post things, post links and files and images and GIFs and stuff. So I'm basically using it as kind of a discussion platform and also a introductory platform. So you can answer, I would like you to answer all of these questions. So I've linked to different word clouds. So you input your answers and they'll show up there. There's also a poll that you'll answer. These are all, basically your answers are anonymous, but I want you then to elaborate on your answers by adding a comment to the post. And then also post an introduction for yourself and what you're interested in terms of digital history, why you joined the class, and then post a little GIF to demonstrate how excited you are about this class, or, your feelings of existential dread and sorrow, whatever, it's all welcome. I also have linked to the required readings for the week, and I'm going to do a separate video that walks through how to actually annotate the readings, since we're going to be using a collaborative annotation tool called Hypothesis, which a lot of you have already used, but some of you may have not. So I will go through that and in a separate video. And then we'll end each week with Triumphs and Fails Padlet. So this is really just sort of in the spirit of building community and checking in with each other and making sure everybody is staying healthy and safe and stuff in this pandemic moment. So especially because we're working with a lot of new technology and new tools for most of us, to give us a chance to say, this week I succeeded in this, yay, this week I really didn't figure this out, and giving us a chance to check in with each other and say, it's okay, try again next time. And then you'll end every module with a little stop sign that says end of the module. So you'll know that's all you have to complete for that particular week. And you'll go in and complete your declaration. So I explained what a declaration is in the interactive syllabus. So if you're confused, go back and review what that is. But basically, this is how you get the points for all the stuff that you've completed for the week. So I list out the general tasks that'll have you do everything in the module. And then once you take the quiz itself is just a true or false question. So I'll show you what it looks like. If you click true, you get the points. They go right to the grade book, and that's that. So simple as that. Okay, so that's it. I think to give you a sense of what's going on with the course, we also have another site that we're going to be getting into, which is our knit site. And that is something that I want to introduce us to more in detail as the weeks go on. But what you'll have to do this week is to go to the knit homepage. So it's the knit Digital Commons at UCSD. You'll find this link in the very first page in our week 1 module, setting up your profile. This will link you to the knit homepage. And basically, once you put in your username for UCSD, you will be able to log in to this site. So because you're a UCSD student, you'll have access to the Digital Commons. Once you do that, I will be able to find you and then add you to our digital history group, where we're going to be working together to build a blog through this platform, which is a WordPress blog. So there's that, which we were going to tackle in more detail as the weeks go on. We're just going to start with the discussions and stuff before we get into the practical stuff. And that's it. I will post one more video about Hypothesis, which is the tool we're using to annotate the readings and have our conversations with one another. And please come to my Zoom student hours if you have any questions about this stuff. Send me an email. I'm glad to clarify. And welcome to the class, everybody. All right. Thank you.